All right, now that we've created our part in the library, you're going to need to go ahead and create the part for the header pin as well as the part for the capacitor. And I'll show you what that will look like in the hardware as well, so you can check with this design. So the header pin looks a little bit like this, and the capacitor will look a little bit like this. Now we're going to go ahead and create a new project, and we will call this sensor breakout. So first, add a new schematic to this project. Next, add a new PCB to that project. And we're going to go ahead and save both of these. Going to go ahead and save all. Going to close our library stuff so it's a little bit cleaner. So we have our schematic here. Now, if you go into the Components tab here and go to your Senior Design library we just created, you'll see that we have 3 components. We have our center 9-axis, we have the header pin, which you should have created, as well as the 0603 capacitor. I'm going to go ahead and drag that sensor onto our schematic. And we are going to try to fit everything onto 2 header pins. So if we take a look at our datasheet, we'll see that certain things are not that interesting to break out. So this is not connected. This is not connected. These obviously. So how about let's focus on doing the power supplies. So VDD, VDDIO, SDA, SDL are going to be important for doing our I2C communication. And maybe we'll put these other ones just on the second header pin, just for fun. So I'm going to start by creating a wire. And let's create a wire on VDD. I'm going to right click on this wire and create a net label. Now what a net label does is it allows you to connect label wires so that anywhere they show up in your schematic, they're connected without having to physically connect one to the next. So I'm going to call this VDD. And then if I create another wire to here, escape. Now these 2 wires are physically connected. I'm going to go ahead and do that for everyone else. All right, I've went ahead and connected all these together. Now I didn't attach VDDIO, and that's because I kind of know ahead of time I want those VDD and VDDIO to be connected. So I'm just going to go ahead and make an actual connection there. And let's double check things. So okay, I didn't connect those, good. RESV is going to be grounded. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we know that the reg out, VDDIO, and VDD are all connected to a 0.1 microfarad capacitor. So I'm going to go ahead and add 3 of those capacitors. Instead of using a net name, I'm actually going to use this little symbol here that is the equivalent of a net name, but specifically for ground. Just makes life easier. And I'll make sure to connect everyone to that. Now we could have actually connected these capacitors directly to here. I just put them here because I thought it would look a bit cluttered. But usually I do connect them directly to the IC. Now let's change this to 0.1 microfarad. So the value is going to be 0.1 microfarad. All right, the final thing we need to do is, you'll notice there's the question marks on each of these. So we need to annotate our schematic to give them each a unique name. So I'm going to go ahead and annotate schematics quietly. Click yes. And you'll notice that each of them now has a number. The final thing I'll do is I will compile the project. And it looks like there were no compilation errors, so our schematic is complete.